Hey, 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 what's going on, YouTubers? All my fellow Uber tiers and lifters out there. Dustin with Uber Driver 101. And man, oh man, happy Easter, everybody. I won the Mega Millions. Nah. Oh man, I wish though. But happy April Fool's Day to everybody as well. Woo! Now, what I'd like to know is how did Friday go so well and then Saturday night ended up being a bust? Like, I was really shocked in that because from recent, last 2 years experience, well, it was, Easter Saturday. Well, Saturdays alone was always good. So I don't get how Easter wasn't as popping as you would think it would be. So I was relatively disappointed in that. I couldn't believe how slow it was last night. I was, after my son's birthday and whatnot, I went to head out at like, 9, 10 o'clock where things usually are popping, and nothing. I left my apps, both apps on while I was at the house for at least 20, 30 minutes before I decided to leave. I made sure I jumped on the Rider app to make sure that I'm showing online, and, I was, and sure enough I was. But then I go to head out and nothing. Nothing. I drove. I even did what I tell everybody not to do. You know what I'm saying? When I say drive smarter, not harder. Well, I was even driving around a little bit trying to get a ping. I'm like, what is going on? How is Saturday night not popping off? Finally, about 45 minutes later, I finally get a ping with Lyft. And it says the person's like 20 minutes away. And but I was like, you know what? I'm already out here. It's actually, towards going back home anyways. So I was like, sure, I'll try to pick it up. I accept it. Literally, I had to do a U-turn to start heading back towards where to pick them up. And bam, cancel. I'm like, what the hell? So I'm like, all right, let me do another U-turn to go back, starting, to my other hot spots that I have. And I get the ping again, and it was the same person. And I'm like, oh, hell no. I was like, all right, you know what? Against my better judgment, I'll go ahead, do another U-turn, start going back, and then canceled again. And I was like, oh, hell no. I was like, you know what? Lyft is just going to piss me off. Let me just turn this off. So I turned the Lyft app off and kept on with Uber. I was online for a total of like an hour and a half and didn't get a single fucking ride. I could not believe it. After such a good night Friday night, Saturday night was just a bust. I don't know, maybe somehow I should have, started later or whatever, or tried to keep going. But I didn't feel like wasting my time. And everybody knows, today's Easter, today's family day, or for those that celebrate this. And you know what? Yeah, I'm not going to go out today. After last night's fiasco, I don't think it's worth it. I'd like to know if anybody else had a bad night last night. Or if you didn't, how good of a night did you have? Because I could not believe my market was a tank like that. That was just beyond me. Beyond me. And then, everybody that sees me all the time, sees all my videos, I'm the positive one that's always like, stay positive. Keep doing your thing. All that. And last night, I was not staying positive. Let me tell you what, because I was just at that point. Everyone, I'm sure, you get to that point eventually where either someone's pissed you off or you're not getting the rides. And of course, with Lyft, the one downfall with Lyft, when everyone keeps canceling on you, you'll get the same person cancel like 10 times in a row. And sometimes just bullshit, and you're just like, fuck it. And that's how I was. I got discouraged and I couldn't do it. What's up, Qasim? Hope you guys did better yesterday. Did you have a good Saturday night, man? Because let me tell you, I got discouraged and I just couldn't do it. As much as I really wanted to continue on, I just couldn't. And then, of course, today's Easter. I had to get the Easter baskets ready for my kids. Qasim took my kids out. Oh, good job, man. Yeah, see? That's what I'm saying. And yesterday was my son's birthday, so I had taken him out. So that's why I was like, all right, let me go ahead and make some of this money back up because going to Dave & Buster's was kind of expensive. Oh, and speaking of Dave & Buster's, yesterday, even when I talked about hearing people saying Uber and Lyft, that was one of the first places I went to because I was like, it's a little uncharted territory type deal, and there was other couple hot spots near there. So I knew if I parked in the parking lot, odds are that if anybody's going to need a ride from either platform, hey, I'm your man, I'll be right there. So, I did look at Facebook, and I was on Facebook, and then just had my other phone online, so that way I could, just sit there and wait, but not feel like I'm being bored waiting. And I couldn't believe it that place failed me. I even saw a couple taxis roll up. That blew my mind right there. I'm like, shit, people are even taking taxis instead of Uber and Lyft, and I can't get a single ping. So I wanted to make sure that it wasn't just my app or just me or something, because I was pissed. And yeah, I got like 5-6 people watching. Everybody else have a good night last night? I sure hope you did, because I was very upset. I could not believe it. And like I said, I like everybody to stay positive all the time. And well, happy Easter for everybody that's joined and whatnot. Hope everyone has family time today, because as much as I always like making money and tell everybody get out there, make that money. You never know what day is going to be a really good day or a really bad day, because every day is different. There's always endless opportunities for every day. And some days you just have to deal with the family. You have to be with your family. Because driving all the time, for one, this is a fun gig. Don't get me wrong. It is really fun. I like doing it. I like meeting new people, and it goes crazy. Oh. Anybody, quick question. Do I have beef with the other rideshare drivers? Oh, hell no. I ain't got beef with nobody. Uh-oh, does someone have beef with me? I know that rideshare revolution guy, like, a long time ago, before we actually talked, when he got kicked out of some other Uber group or whatever, he came at me because he blamed me because I was one of the mods. But I tried to tell him, we talked it over and everything. But yeah, he made a video. But other than that, I don't have beef with anybody. I don't know if anybody has beef with me. They do. I mean, honestly, I don't really give a fuck. I don't say why anybody would. I don't, talk bad about anybody. I try to be helpful for everybody. Answer all these questions all the time. So, yeah, I don't know. Do you know something I don't know, though? Is there something else? Somebody hating on me? You're doing something right if you got haters. That's just the bottom line right there. You always know you're doing something right. Oh, I wonder if these people are actually here. Everybody give the thumbs up, man. Give me the thumbs up if you're here. Unless you just have it on, giving me time. I try not to bore people. Oh, man. But today, I'm not going to go out. So my awesome weekend. What kind of car do you drive again? I drive a 2015 Toyota Sienna. Well, it's a van, so I fit 7 other people besides me. So I'm X and XL. I wish I was Select or something like that, but I ain't got no leather seats. But it gets me pretty good gas mileage, and like I said, I don't have to worry about people slamming my doors because I got the automatic doors. People always think it's, high class and stuff, and I'm like, it's the standard base model. But yeah, it's not a bad vehicle at all. If people are thinking about doing XL, I would definitely. Do I like Cadillacs? Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. I mean, I got too many kids. I can't really afford all that stuff. I try to keep it simple and things I can still fix. Cadillac, I don't know if I could be able to work on that really. But if anybody's thinking about being an XL driver and trying to join on the XL platform, before you waste money figuring out if you have a vehicle or whatever, make sure that you either join a local Facebook group, ask everybody how everything's going, how XL does, so that way you don't waste money. Because a lot of markets, it's not profitable for people to be XL drivers. And a lot of people will complain that they waste more money, because, they take more gas, they use more gas. So a lot of people aren't always happy with that. So please, I definitely recommend everybody join a local Facebook group just to make sure that everything is actually going to pan out for you. Because otherwise, yeah, it won't. You'll be disappointed. XL is a high demand in New York City, according to my cousin. He has it. Oh, I don't doubt that. New York City, see, New York City, California, Texas, you know, the really, really big cities like that, they're like totally different, you know, protocol, rules, circumstances, everything that applies for everybody else in all the other markets is not always, you're not always able to compare it to those markets because those markets are insane. And that's why when a lot of drivers see people that made, you know, $1,000, $2,000 in, you know, like 40 hours without referrals, a lot of people freak out and, you know, they're like, oh man, why can't I do that? And, you know, and they get upset, but they don't realize that in those cities, everything's different. Cost of living, you know, there's so many different circumstances for all that. So you can't really compare your market to one of the really big markets, especially if you're in like in a small college town, something like that, because it's just not reasonable. It's not gonna pan out the way you'd like. So comparing oranges to apples just doesn't work. Do I happen to know the market in Texas? No, I don't actually know it personally. I know they just, Uber and Lyft had just recently came back because I heard they had gotten banned from there because they didn't want to convert to whatever Texas law or, you know, the legislation, whatever they had planned. Uber and Lyft weren't doing whatever they wanted. So from my understanding, it just started back up here probably 6 months ago. So personally, no, I don't. I'm sure if you're in any of the Uber groups, especially like the nationwide ones, or even in mine, Uber Lyft Driver 101, that if you ask any questions like that on how the markets are, just make sure you ask what, you know, the city and the state, so that way others that are in them markets can actually respond and give you correct answers. You know, because I can only talk about my market and, you know, speculate on what I know about other markets. So I don't like to give anybody the wrong idea or the wrong information, because that is not me. And then, of course, you know, I'm not like other rideshare drivers on YouTube that like to down talk and talk shit about Uber and Lyft all the time. Yep, that's right, Cuisine. They didn't see eye to eye, and then they came back. Man, I guess everybody must be busy today. I mean, it is family day. Talk about Texas Hold'em. Now that is funny. Oh, man. God. But I hope everybody, that if you do decide to work today, I hope it is good for you today. I know a lot of people are going to church. Church should be getting out here soon, so you never know how profitable that's going to be, because a lot of people, I'm sure, have made plans, and they're either going to be going out or they're going to be staying home. So today, honestly, is like a 50-50. Oh, I know, yeah, it's April Fool's too, so yeah, that's why in the beginning of the video, I told everybody, you know, I won the Mega Million. But of course, if I did, I don't think I'd make a video about it. I wouldn't want to tell everybody. Because, you know, everybody would be hitting you up for money. Yo, let me hold something, man. Let me hold something. I'm like, nah. But personally today is family day. So even if I, you know, thought it was going to be good out there, I still wouldn't be going. Because, you know, I can't piss off the wife, for one. And for two, family time's more important. You never... Don't say shit, not even. But family time is so much more important than people realize, you know. In this gig, we trade time and miles for money. And with family, you can't always do that. You know what I'm saying? You're only going to be around so long, especially, you know, when you have kids. They're going to grow up and eventually go away, and you hope to see them. So I always recommend everybody take time off for family. Get that R&R. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to burn yourself out with this. Kasim, you're funny, man. I'd probably still drive just a little bit, too. I have a pimped out ride or something. I'd do something fun with it. But yes, so today I would definitely recommend everybody, and not April Fool's joke, I would just recommend everybody take off and enjoy themselves with their family. So Uber and Lyft, you know, they can wait. And I'm sure there's people that don't have family, you know, sorry to say, that will go out there and work. And you know what? Power to them. I hope they make really good. But for all those people that have a family and you're having a toss-up on what to do, please just go ahead and spend time with your family. Family is most important. Family is more important than money. Money comes and goes, so you just never know. What are my plans for July and August since business will be super slow? Down here in Florida, it ain't. I know. I don't know what people say. In other markets, it might get super slow, but no, not down here. Because I also build my own clientele, too, so I have people text me all the time like, hey, you're going to be busy this day. Can you pick me up at this time? So, yeah, I make sure I stay busy. Work smarter, not harder. Always got to have a backup plan. Always, always. And that's also why I never recommend anybody quit their full-time jobs to do this. You know, to me, this is made to be part-time. In some markets, I'm sure like yours, Quazim, that, yeah, you could probably make it a full-time, but that's a lot of miles, that's a lot of time in your vehicle, and I don't like my car that much. And I like people, but everybody needs to be chilled. July and August is known to be horrible. But yeah, when people go on vacation, where they go most of the time? Down here to Florida, baby. So I'm in the vacation spot. I get all the people that are coming for vacation. And when they're coming down here for Uber, you can't drive down here. You can log online with Lyft and drive. But if you're in another market and you come down here, unless you try to transfer it all over, which takes like 2-3 weeks, and it's just not worth it, that they can't drive. So I make all the money toting all those people around. So that's why I say my market is actually busy all the time almost. I think really it's slow like January to February. Even with all the snowbirds here, it can get slow then. Because that's when those guys, they try to, I've seen old people. Oh, overseas, I mean, hey, I can't speak on that because I don't know personally, but yeah, I can imagine that over there. I mean, if people leave over there, well then, I'm SOL. I can't make money if I ain't got people. That's what I was so pissed off about last night. I was like, I just couldn't believe it. Like, what the hell? How you gonna have a weekend night? And I had some parties going around in my neighborhood, so I knew people were out partying. So how could I not make some good money? But it is what it is, and just have to start off again next week. That's the best I can do. Always got to move forward, look ahead, learn from your mistakes, and just move on. Oh, man. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get ready to close this out. Also, everyone, please also make sure you look in the description below. I have the website. Do I have the 10-hour rule down in Miami? I'm not in Miami. I'm in Tampa, Florida. So I don't know if Miami has. I have the 12-hour rule. I have the 12-hour rule. Pentagon Dark. What's up, man? Thank you for subbing. I hope I don't bore you out too much in my other videos that I'm not just live in. Hopefully they're helpful and informative to you. That's why I always tell everybody to check the description below. I have the website that also is linked to the YouTube channel. I have the driver's page on Facebook that I made that has just information people can just read right off of that if they don't feel like doing the website or YouTube. And then I have the Uber Lyft Driver 101 group that I created and run with over 17,500 people on Facebook as well. So I always tell people, always check all that out. They can always send me a message or a text or whatever, so that way if they have any questions, I can try to help everybody out the best I can. And then, of course, when all the new drivers pop out, I always make sure, you got to have the referral codes. And then, of course, if drivers missed out on their referral bonus, well, I have how you can try to get that as well in the description. So that way nobody misses out. And I'm sorry, let me make sure I say it correctly, bonus/guarantee. Because a lot of markets are guaranteed, but there are still the very few markets out there that offer the bonus, an actual after the ride. And of course, everybody knows with Lyft, they transferred over from like bonus paying out afterwards till they actually pay you out a little each trip up until your bonus. So you'll get like an extra $2-3 on your ride until you complete your bonus amount. Like if your bonus is $500, you'll get like $2 or $3 every trip till you get to 500. So yeah. They're all good. It's always good to have both. You always need a backup because you never know when you're going to get deactivated with the other. So it can always suck. But other than that, I hope everyone goes out there today that is going to work and has a great and profitable day. Get that money. I hope those that are staying home enjoy their time with their family.
Mom,
and I hope.
said she wants to bring the pool.
All right.
It's really hot.
All right, everybody. Well, you guys have a great one. I gotta go. Kids are calling. Uber and Lyft on.